I remember the day clearly. It was September 22nd, 1996, and the atmosphere in Atlanta was electric. The city was buzzing with athletes from all over the world, and I could feel the excitement in the air as I made my way to the stadium. I had come to watch the Olympics, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. As I walked through the gates, I spotted a large crowd gathered near the track. People were cheering, waving flags, and wearing colorful outfits. I could see the determination in the faces of the athletes warming up. But one name stood out to me, Chioma Ajunwa. I had heard about her before, Nigeria's hope in the long jump. I took my seat and waited. The sun shone brightly, and I could feel my heart racing. The event was about to begin. Chioma was among the last to compete. I could see her stretching, focused and calm. She looked strong, and I felt a sense of pride just knowing she was representing my country. When it was her turn, the atmosphere shifted. The crowd quieted down. I held my breath as she approached the runway. Chioma took a deep breath, her eyes fixed on the pit ahead. The announcer's voice boomed, introducing her. Representing Nigeria, Chioma Ajunwa. She ran like the wind. I watched as her feet pounded against the track, gaining speed. With every stride, I could see her confidence growing. Then, she leaped into the air. Time seemed to freeze as she flew, arms outstretched. I felt a wave of excitement rush through me. Would she break a record? When she landed, the crowd erupted. I joined in the cheers, feeling proud and hopeful. The officials measured her jump, and the numbers flashed on the screen. I could hardly believe my eyes. She had jumped further than anyone else that day. The crowd went wild, and I felt a lump in my throat. After her jump, Chioma was overwhelmed with joy. She hugged her coach and waved to the crowd. In that moment, she was not just an athlete. She was a hero. I could see tears in her eyes, and I knew she had worked hard for this moment. It wasn't just a victory, it was a dream come true. As the competition continued, I watched her closely. She was still smiling, but I could see the focus in her eyes. This was more than just winning. It was about proving herself and representing her country. The final jump was coming up, and I could feel the tension building. When it was time for her final jump, I sat on the edge of my seat. Chioma took a deep breath and ran again. This time, she seemed even more determined. I watched as she soared into the air, and the crowd gasped. She landed with a thud, and we all held our breath. The announcer's voice came through again, announcing her final jump distance. It was even further than her first. The stadium erupted once more. Chioma had done it. She was now an Olympic champion. I couldn't help but scream and cheer along with everyone else. As she stood on the podium, the Nigerian flag was raised and the anthem played. I felt chills run down my spine. In that moment, we were all united, celebrating her achievement. Chioma had not just won a medal. She had inspired countless people, especially young girls like me, to dream big. After the event, I got a chance to meet her briefly. She was surrounded by reporters and fans, but she took a moment to smile at me. I told her how proud I was, and she thanked me. Her warmth and humility struck me. She was not just a champion, she was a role model. That day in Atlanta changed everything for Chioma and for many of us who watched her. She showed us that with hard work and determination, anything is possible. As I left the stadium, I felt a spark of hope. I knew I would carry that day with me forever. Chioma Ajunwa had not only made history, she had also inspired a generation.